Welcome to Kyle Field in College Station, Texas. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. It's the Tennessee Volunteers and the Texas A&M Aggies. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
When you walk into Kyle Field in College Station, Texas, it is so dynamic. From the traditions, the cheering, the crowd in unison. It is straight up and down of electric Aggie pride. This is one of the most unique places you can ever watch a college football game, and we expect it to be just as loud and energetic here today. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Running inside, it's Bishop. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
That is not the start this offense wanted. You're trying to come out, you're trying to create some momentum and get a rhythm and consistency, but you throw the pick six early and put yourself in a hole. Not good.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. He'll start this drive firing. Makes the grab down the middle. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. The Volunteers in the hurry-up.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Vols will bring the punt team onto the field. thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Bunch formation for these receivers. Got enough for the first. He's loose down the left side. At the 30. The 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Aggies.
And it's the game-breaking speed. You see right there, he takes it all the way to the house. It's that speed. That's the reason why a lot of people thought if he had declared for the NFL draft, he would have been playing on Sundays now. There's just not a lot of running backs in college football that can run like this guy.
And it's so nice to have that guy back. Like, to keep that guy on your roster, it's like recruiting the best player in the country, right? You got one of the best backs. To be able to keep that guy on your roster was the big offseason coup. Like, you mentioned the NFL can also transfer, can go make money elsewhere. To keep him on the roster, and he shows you why. This guy is the catalyst, one of the best in the country at his spot.
Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Shoots it to the left. That's caught. It's Davis. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. And the Vols headed quickly to the line.
Okay, here's the bad news. They're down by a lot of points really early in this game in the first quarter. The good news is there's a lot of football left. The better news, they finally get a big play through the air. That's the kind of play that can spark some confidence and completely turn this thing around. They got to keep that up.
Quick completion on the out. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. Looks as if we have an injured player for the Aggies on the field. And the Volunteers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Running the red zone, it's Bishop. And into the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. The Volunteers have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Makes the grab. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers.
And this connection is on fire to start the season. Not one, not two, 3 games in a row he's got a receiving touchdown. They continue to find the playmaker, and I don't think it's going to end after game 3.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. starts the return inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Owens. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. Nothing the Aggies love more than saying howdy with a strong running game.
Yeah, how do you like that first down? How do you like that ground game? Like, that's what they've got to be built on. They got to have that toughness. When the Aggies have that toughness is when you see that their best teams are competing at a high level.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Might be calling a hot route. Reed. Got a man. It's Craver.
And I think one of the secret sauces from a year ago for A&M was Craver and Concepcion. They were the best 1-2 punch in college football as far as playmaking receivers. Guys that could catch it short and take it long. Now you bring in Horton, who comes over from Alabama. This receiving core now, can they continue to grow? Can the passing game get better, Palmer, and take that next step?
Well, the good news is you still got Marcel Reed throwing the football, right? A guy with tons of experience and a guy who's made a lot of big plays throughout his career. So you bring in Horton, who comes over for Alabama. Big physical guy who can make plays down the field. Craver can take a hitch route 80 yards and score. Still a really good 1-2 punch of this Aggies offense, especially the passing attack. Still going to be tough to stop.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the court.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Fourth down, Reed. Fires to the middle. Hauls it in, the first down and more. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he scores! Touchdown, Texas A&M!
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Intercepted, and he's got a convoy with him. Touchdown, Aggie. And they turn it into a defensive score. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Hey, good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Looking for room at the 40. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. So first down here as they go back to work. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Going to take a shot at this DB. No, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Throwing right. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let it a little too much.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better.
Wants to throw again. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
On third and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the fourth down.
They kick it away on fourth down. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He wants to change this route. Throwing Reed. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Aggie! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the point after is good. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they find pay dirt from way out, covering 69 yards on the touchdown pass. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Back to pass on second down. Pulls it in. It's Bishop. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on third down. I know we're in the second quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here. to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going in here at halftime and get a little juju going.
Can't hang on, it's incomplete. I think he was bracing for the hit and didn't hang on to the football.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
And back to the air on second down. Lofts one high and deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Vols will punt it away on fourth down. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line.
And that is why this punter is such a big weapon. He can completely flip the field. He's got a cannon for a leg. That was a moonshot. They were able to get downfield, and now this offense, they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to score.
Texas A&M going quickly.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up.
Finding some room. He finds his way out to the 13-yard line, and they're out of trouble with a first down.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Backed up at their own 13-yard line, it's first down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Here's Reed to throw.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
Looking to throw, it's Reed. With the catch, it's Craver. Runs through a man. He might have space. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs.
Well, they have a massive lead, and we're only in the second quarter, but they're not calling the dogs off. They are staying aggressive, and they are taking shots. Another hook up there for this offense. Everything that they are dialing up is working to perfection. They're looking to add already to their blowout lead.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Reed. Under fire. He'll try to do it himself. Still on his feet at the 45. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Well, that time the defense was in man coverage. There was nobody watching the quarterback, so when he took off to scramble, nobody home to make a tackle right away, and he shows you the athleticism, he shows you the speed, and also shows you great decision-making that time, deciding to tuck and run for a huge play on the ground.
Looking downfield on first down. Gonna let it fly. Underneath toasted coverage, got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching it.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And the extra point is good. Ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He'll start this drive going to the air. It's complete on the right side. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Wants to fire on second down. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, hard to believe we're a full month into the season. A lot of action in college football here in Week 4. Let's take a look at the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the number 13 team, the BYU Cougars.
He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit.
And it's the Huskers coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. That gets their record to 3-0 on the season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Reed. Here comes the heat. He fires one deep over the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Fighting off the defender.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Throwing Reed. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. That is the senior tight end who's shaken up. We'll have Holly Rowe check on him. The Aggies will line it up on 1st and 10. The offense changing the play. From the red zone, looking for a space. Throws to the wideout. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies!
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his 2nd touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So here is the Tennessee offense. The run inside. It's Bishop. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Hard running there. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. Moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, look, Ma, one hand. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. They'll keep it on the ground. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. And the Vols are moving quickly down the field. Running inside. It's Bishop. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
He's brought down at the 38-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 6.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play.
Here we go. Ready. Ready, go.
Looking for room. It's Bishop. Makes a pass to Marker. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. And the Volunteers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bishop. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Going to the run, it's Bishop. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical, be creative, try to find ways to run the ball against this defense that is so dynamic.
The run inside. It's Bishop. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to stop play here as one of the Volunteers remains on the field. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, running back gets to give. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here.
Bubba. Jet. Go.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Ball spotted at the 21. It's 1st down. They're going to ride this running back. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And a nice, solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.